Hello friends, this is Manshu and I'm back again with a new part of the auto layout series, and this is going to be the part number 9, and will be discussing few more new topics in this video. So let's move ahead. So before starting the main concept that we are interested in dealing with in this part, we should know a few more things. Okay, and to know that we have to go to a Xcode project. So basically what you can see is here we are having a screen, and this is what we call the portrait mode of the screen, and we do have a different mode that is we call a landscape mode. So portrait mode, landscape mode, you can change this thing from here. Just click this one, and orientation, here you can see orientation, portrait, landscape. Fine, you got it, I hope. So next thing, what happens when the screen rotates? This left side we are calling as leading, this is trailing, top and bottom. Even if we are rotating this, then doesn't matter, whatever is in the left we will call is leading, on the right is as trailing, on the top is top, and on the bottom is bottom. So irrespective of the orientation, that doesn't matter. Fine. So irrespective of the orientation, we will call this left side as what we say, leading constant, this is trailing constant, top constant, bottom constant. It doesn't matter, landscape or portrait. Fine. Next, now you should know one more thing, how to rotate a screen. To rotate a screen, to rotate a simulator, you should use this keys, command and arrow key together. Fine, command arrow together. Let me show you. Command left, I have selected, you can select right to make it correct, left right, anything. Fine, and both are fine. Okay, next, now let's see a problem. Okay, so the main interest of this video is to learn a new concept, and that concept is actually a solution to certain problem. Let's see the problem first, then we will understand it in a much better way. Fine, let's move ahead. So I'll take the view and I'll add some background color to this so that we can see it easily. Not this way, we are going to see this, see this, I'm using this in this way. This is also a way to add constant, but as of now we have not learned that thing, that is why we are not going through that approach. Fine, do this, this 4 constants we are adding. Fine, so this is super fine, it is going to work fine. Let's see in the simulator as well. So this is working fine. Now what the problem? Whenever I am trying to rotate this, then we will see a problem. Let me rotate this. See, now you can see that UI view got compressed. Okay, it was compressed. Now why this thing is happening? And whenever we are rotating, then see here what is happening is the value here is okay. Let's have let's go through that diagram first. Okay, we do have a diagram to make you understand that thing, and I hope will be very clear if you go through that thing. Fine, okay, we got it. Now here you can see here this is a portrait mode, this is the landscape mode, the same thing. Fine, this is 50, this is 250. Now when we are changing this, and this is 50 and this is 250, eventually this UI object is going to be stretched. Fine, this is going to be stretched. So because this is 50 and this is 250, and the width now is more, width of the screen is more, that is 800. Here the width of the screen is 400, but here it is 800, so it is going to be stretched. So that is why it is looking longer. Now what happens to this height? This is 100 and this is 600. So what is here? 8, this is whatever is there. Okay, when we come here, what happens? The height of the screen is reducing. So what it will try to compress this UI view. Okay, and it will be compressing. Now let's calculate after compression what will be the height of this UI view. Now this is 100 and this is 600. 100 plus 600 is 700. So 400 minus 700, we will get the height of this. That is some negative value which is not acceptable at all. That is why we are not able to see that that thing when we are trying to rotate the device. See, So that is the problem. Fine, that is the problem. So here the value is this, and this value, when we will rotate this, we will not be able to see this because we will get some negative value of the height. So this is the problem, and for that the solution is, like, see, whenever we are rotating this device, what we can do is, for example, we can say, okay, we can say, or we can ask auto layout when just but before that, I forgot to add one thing, that is height. Let me add a height for this as of now. So I added a height for this. Okay, so now again, this is also not the solution. We are a step, we have one more step still left to make it work completely. Now this can give rise to a conflicting situation, like this value can be conflicting, like it is, this value is 123 and we have these two constants, right, these two constants. So this, due to these two constants also, it will calculate one height. So that value are same. Now that is why we are not facing an issue. But whenever we will rotate the screen, we will see error. See, here we are seeing error. Why we are seeing error? Because conflicting, whatever height we have provided here and whatever height this UI view is, this auto layout is calculating due to this two constant, that is different. So we are having a conflict now. Now we have to solve that conflict as well. I mean, we have to make sure that this conflict doesn't appears there when we rotate the device. Then only things are going to work. So what we will do is, when we are rotating this device, we can remove this constant, this one. We can remove this constant, so that we will be able to see this thing there. So see, why we are adding this constant here, because we need this constant in this portrait mode, because the requirement, for example, the requirement is this much of gaps should be maintained there. Fine, actually I am trying to make you understand the concept that that I am interested in. That is why I have taken such example. Okay, so what I will do, I will ask auto layout, please have auto layout, when I will rotate the device, please remove this, please remove this one, this lower constant. Okay, so that if I remove this, then no conflict will be there, because only this height value will be there, and when this is not there, based on this, no calculation for height will be there. Okay, so how to do that? And to do that thing, we do have something that is called as priority. So priority is something we have to assign value to them. Fine, so after assigning value, we can use them. But whenever you add a constant, some default value is assigned to this priority. Fine, you have to change the, if you want to change the value, then you have to assign some value to it. Okay, and if you are happy with the default value, that is 1000, then no need to change. Okay, so what priority will do is, the task of priority is there, that let me first add the priority. Okay, so I will click this. Priority means the it like the value is more, means it has more priority, like it is going to be we should consider this. Okay, but what will I do is, I will reduce the priority. Let me make the minimum 250 value. Fine, so we have reduced the priority. So what will happen when the screen will be rotated? Now conflict will be there. Fine, conflict will be there between this and this and this, also this also. Okay, this is also included in this. So who all are included in the conflict? So like how can we solve the conflict there? If we remove this or either this, so we will remove this one. So if I set low priority to this value, so whenever a conflict will be there, this constant will be removed. I mean, this constant will not be removed, but it will be neglected. Fine, so I repeat, it will not be removed, it will be neglected at that time. Fine, so basically that is the concept. Fine, so we use priority so that whenever a conflict is there, and constant, those who are standing face to face, like here this height constant and these two constants are standing face to face, like on the opposite side. Okay, opposition to each other. So at that time, whichever constant it finds to be of low priority will be neglected, and everything starts like everything will work then in a super fine manner. So let's have a look onto that. Okay, let me rotate this. See, it's working fine. So that is all about priority. And here see 250, you can make it, see the value here for this one is 1000, so the value for this should be less than 1000. It can be 999 also, no problem. But then generally people work like this, they will click this and just simply select a value from here 250, 750 like that. Okay, so there is nothing bad in doing that, and that is not a very like usual practice. 999 value, fine. So normally you can select the value from here to reduce that. So this is 1000 and this is 250, so 250 is less than that, and this is one among the constants which responsible for the conflict. And if auto layout sees that it is having less value and conflict is due to this, okay, then it is going to neglect this, so we will get a perfect way. So this priority concept I'm just telling you just to understand this thing. We are not going to use so much this priority thing, okay. So just understand this thing. If at all you are not getting in this video, then don't worry, in future you will be getting this. I'm telling this thing just to get an idea of this thing, because this thing you has to be used in our next video, like based this is going to be like a supporting element to understand that thing. This knowledge of this thing should be there so that you can understand those things, fine. Okay, so let me repeat that thing once again. What is a priority? A priority is something like whenever a conflict is there, like here the conflict is there, conflict is between this height constant, this is on one side, and on the other side these two constants are there, so conflict is between them. So if I add a less priority value to any one of these, then that thing is going to be neglected whenever auto layout sees a conflict in between both the parties, fine. Okay, in party 1 this is there, and party 2 this is there, so this is being neglected. That is why we are getting a proper regular. So that's all for this video, and we will be moving ahead for the new parts very soon. So one more thing, like you might be thinking like if I try to create a form over here, like many text fields will be there. If I am rotating that thing, then that thing is not going to work as per whatever knowledge I have given you till now. Yes, you are correct. Those things are yet to cover, so please do not worry about those things. Those things we will be covering those things, fine. So many things are there. You might be feeling like we are not able to do, and he has already made 10 videos, we have already seen 10 videos, but still we are not able to do. Don't worry, learning happens like this. Actually the pace of learning, if you really want to learn, and things do happen in this manner only. So don't worry, keep watching. You have to watch all the video of this series, then only you will understand. Otherwise don't expect that we are going to understand. So bye bye, keep watching, stay tuned.